everybody, and welcome back. Today, my guest is Mitsuhiro Yuasa. Mitsuhiro is an advisor of the Strategic Japan Opportunities Fund managed by EI Sturdza. Welcome, Mitsuhiro.
Hi, nice meeting you.
Mitsuhiro, today we want to discuss recent developments in Japan and the Japanese financial market. So the new Prime Minister Suga is now being appointed for a couple of weeks. So what changes are currently going on in Japan?
Suga has been served the previous Abe administration's last almost 80 years. And he knows structure of the current government and the status amongst the world. And he has a strong interest in especially Japanese telecommunication systems and DX. Former Prime Minister Abe didn't have. So that we expect the rapid changes in the telecommunication services in Japan, and also that the DX, which is improve our productivities in the future in a few years from now on.
Hi there, just a 2-second break. Before we continue with the video, just make sure to subscribe to our channel now to not miss out any updates. Thank you very much and enjoy the video now.
So there is a new digital agenda in Japan. So what exactly does it mean, and which stocks in particular can benefit from this new digital agenda?
In this context, we expect at first Prime Minister Suga will create new agency next September, which is called Digital Agency. That agency will focus on Japan's DX. In this context, especially in the stock basis, like J-Tower, which provide the commingled telecommunication network or antennae in the building, and especially we have now major 4 telecommunication companies want to reduce their antennae costs amongst their networks in Japan. So they may use J-Tower, which provide commingled telecommunication antenna towers everywhere in Japan. Or actually, in DX point of view, we should improve contactless credit card settlements or cashless settlements. Furthermore, under the COVID-19 situation, that is needed to rapid changes in Japan.
What structural changes are reinforced in Japan by the COVID-19 virus and the pandemic?
Probably this can be said not only Japan, but also other countries that, which I mentioned, that we at first need to have vaccines or cure medicine anyway, but probably we may rely on the US companies or in the German companies to be supported in terms of such vaccines or cure medicines. But besides that, as I mentioned, that we need to change our working environment or private environment, such as that we increased our work from home styles, or that less people restaurant usage, or less people at like baseball games or something like that. So we need to fit the different environment than before, and then we need to for the company level, we need to be more efficient or high productivities to generate profits, even though that top line level is, maybe that the 20-30% less than the before. So that is the probably that will be supported by that the further DX investment.
Value chains of many Japanese companies have been very vulnerable due to the high dependency on China. Now the Japanese government is trying to repatriate part of that value chains. Is this a longer term trend that we can see here?
The biggest issue amongst the world is that the US and China trade dispute. And we believe such a dispute will not be end. That will be continue, which means that they will continue to not actually fight, because that that the Trump administration will be, it's changed to that the new Biden administration soon. So my hope is that the two countries will compete in the future anyway, but that they will not fight each other. So in that context, Japan is a major supplier of lots of parts for the electronics gadgets, products, or auto products to US and China, and of course the European companies. So we can support anyway for who want to produce new electronics or autos in the future. And as long as US and China is not fighting, as long as they are competing, that is good for us, because they need efficient or high quality products for their products, high quality parts for their products. So in that, we can support, and there is a huge opportunities to Japanese companies.
Small cap stocks in Japan are considered in general under-researched. So how did this sector perform during the COVID-19 crisis so far?
As you know, that sector declined severely after February, March this year, but that is recovered strongly than the general market afterwards, which means small caps has a potential to generate large magnitude of growth. That is being attracted many global investors for many years' time. And the people, of course, fear such a small companies may have some financial difficulties under like a COVID-19 or any such incident. But once survived such a difficult situations, they have potential high growth magnitude of the profit changes. So so far they performed. They recovered a lot. And from now on, that the key is how they continue to generate bottom lines. Because the COVID-19's infections rate or the situation is getting worse recently, so that the market should carefully watch the situation globally. But I think as we are active investors, we can find the companies amongst Japanese small caps that can survive again and can generate further high growth or high magnitude of returns in the near future.
So you are the advisor of the EI Sturdza Strategic Japan Opportunities Fund. Where do you currently find opportunities for your mutual fund?
Well, we don't see much difference than recent months till the digitalizations or DX, and probably the Biden new administration will reinforce green technologies that can be supported by the Japanese many companies. And one area which I haven't seen yet is hydrogen related stocks. Actually, I haven't found proper stock in that areas, because of the EV is that based on the new battery technologies or new motor technologies. We've been looking such areas for many years time. So that is actually it's being covered many analysts already. But the hydrogen is once focused a few years ago, but now is people are missing areas. So that that area could be next target to be attract the many investors in the near future.
What changes have you made to your portfolio since the outbreak of COVID-19 early 2020?
We currently reduced some construction sectors or public works sectors amongst the portfolio, and put into that money into the more DX or digitalization areas, because the new Suga prime minister, as I mentioned, that his focus has mainly he's focusing on digitalization and improve our actually it's birth rate of Japan as a nationwide. So that is his interest. So that public works is supported by the fiscal policies for many years time under difficult economic environment. So that will continue, but I guess that the more such digitalization areas should be focused by the government and also that the investors as well. So that of course we mainly maintaining the such a construction of public works in the portfolio, but slightly reduce such areas and putting that money into the more DX or digitalization areas.
So this was Mitsuhiro Yuasa, advisor of the Strategic Japan Opportunities Fund from EI Sturdza. Thank you very much for being with us today and sharing your views.
Thank you very much.